Last time on Cloudfall. Everyone woke up to crisp, calm air and mild hangovers. Memories of Bobka's bash from the night before slowly came back over breakfast as the party processed the peril of the last few days. Poppy's brother Coriander came forward with the deets about their parents. Poppy's father Avon is building a mechanical army, using all the resources of Dawn's Edge, and her mother, Mary Kay, is making ins with the king's advisors. That mention of Dawn's Edge also had Doran reckoning with his new reality. He's a prince, after all, a king, in fact, if it's true that his father is dead now. Aaron had big feelings about all that and made it clear that they are not fit for a royal life, seated beside King Doran. Later that day in the floating city of Farewell, they had a deep convo with Libera Nimbus in the top of her tower. She wants to end the Kenmores and Dawn's Edge altogether, but gave the heroes a head start to intervene. They've got 3 weeks to save the city. The last few days have been equal parts anxious, relaxing, and brunch. Bobka's villa is a supremely comfortable place to pass a few days, but the looming threat of Libera's attack on Dawn's Edge has you all thinking forward. In the days that you've spent here between Bobka's villa and the remains of Small Castle, who has been overseeing upgrades to the Shatterhorn?
That seems like a guy thing.
Yeah.
It's a guy thing. You wouldn't understand.
Just guy things.
Just guy things. Guy, as time has gone on here, the first priority was putting new armor plating on the Shatterhorn. And it's a very satisfying process to watch as they take the Leviathan apart piece by piece, putting those hulking plates onto the sides of the Shatterhorn in strategic locations so that it's not quite so heavy, but plenty well defenseful. Those Bismite cannons, you would have to spend a whole nother week here, leaving you only 1 week to deal with everything going on in Dawn's Edge.
Mm-hmm.
The alternative there is that they can just throw the cannons on board, not install them, but give you the equipment to be dealt with later or to be used in a different capacity.
I believe it's the latter.
All right. The cannons are on board. They are in the cargo hull in the bottom of the ship. So they're basically, an extra payload that you've got right now. They're not near like a window, not very easy to shoot or make use of, but you have them.
Okay.
You've got 2 of them.
And they will slide around.
They're heavy enough to not shift around too much.
Okay.
And they're tethered. Who, among all of you, during this time, has been helping out Bobka around the villa?
I would be helping if there was refugees that needed assistance or people that were trying to get settled into Lodom.
Yeah.
Anything like that.
I guess I would help too.
Okay. Yeah. The 2 of you help out in those passing days as the Shatterhorn is being worked on. Sojourn doing exactly that. It is a 1.1 mile trek from Bobka's villa to the gates of Lodom. You make that trek 9-10 times a day, carrying people's wagons back and forth.
I'm not doing that part.
Poppy's not doing that part. No, Poppy spends her time around the villa, baking for the people who are still there, the few refugees that are hanging out, as people decide whether they want to live in Lodom, whether they want to try to live near Bobka's villa, or if they want to try their luck somewhere else.
I'm giving them 1 gold each. If they do.
1 symbolic gold.
It's
and 1 gun.
Yeah. It's like getting a cookie after you donate blood kind of thing. Yeah.
I mean, they're also getting a cookie. But I think because Poppy's been so nomadic the past couple years and like knows all of the different towns
Yeah.
and like marketplaces and stuff, she can give advice.
Yeah, and you can also like really connect with people too. Like anybody that's had experience in any of those other towns, like you're just a more traveled, more worldly person than a few other people in your group.
What can I say? I spent time in many big cities.
You studied abroad, so
Yeah. Yeah, did I tell you about my semester in...
Yes.
the whole party, yes. My semester at Sky. This whole thing has been a work study program for
She never dropped out.
I'm getting experience.
Yeah.
Have you tried bright bulb soup? It's so good.
Oh, it's not like they make it out in the clouds. This is different. This canned stuff, it's not the same. Finally, among all of you waiting at Bobka's villa, who has been painting Steed?
What?
Painting Steed. Did I forget about this?
This has come up twice in evening meetings or on the dinner table. Someone keeps painting Steed different colors, putting different patterns on him. Who is doing this? And somebody better fess up.
What?
Not me.
I mean, he seems more like he needs a bath than to be painted.
I think you doth protest too much, Erin. Where were you between the hours of brunch and dinner?
I was just like throwing some daggers at Tick and he ran around. I don't know. We're just messing around.
They look up at Tick with a bunch of cuts on his face. That tracks. Sojourn, where were you this afternoon?
I mean, I was primarily helping refugees. Look, I only painted him the once because I thought everyone else was doing it too.
Stop admitting to crimes you didn't actually do,
There was only one time that I painted him, and it's
She
because he
didn't
was
do it.
standing next to the paint.
She's just trying to take the blame for someone else.
Most suspect. Let me see your hands. No paint whatsoever. Guy,
I did paint him once.
would you paint your own steed?
Not unless he asked.
Yes. Doran, awfully quiet in your corridor.
I'm going to try to do a sleight of hand.
To paint Steve while
12.
no one's looking.
Bobka goes in for another dinner roll and then looked back up towards you.
I quietly whispered prestidigitation and was like rinsing my hands off a bit. And I wiped them on my pants. Bobka, what is this all about? We're just trying to have brunch here.
At the dinner table.
It's dinner time.
It's brunch for dinner.
Said no breakfast at dinner.
We were at the brunch table earlier, and now it's dinner time.
God, there's so many tables in this place. It's incredible.
A different room for every meal. Paintless hands, yes, but so quick to prove it. Poppy Kenmore,
Yes, sir.
you've got enough on your plate already. Tell me you're not painting this donkey.
Well, you said I could have whatever I wanted.
But no, philosophically, your family, the genocide.
I mean, could you blame me if I did? It's relaxing. I didn't.
It's a living creature, after all.
Yeah, but he likes looking pretty. Also, it wasn't Aaron. Someone wrote donkey on the side of it. Well, maybe it was.
Why don't we just ask Guy to talk to it?
Why didn't I think of this?
Why didn't I think of this?
Guy, please, interrogate your steed.
Come to me, Steve.
Yes?
Steed, you're looking more colorful than ever.
Oh, thank you, Papa. Papa? Can you ask Poppy to pass the pepper?
Poppy, please pass the pepper to Steed.
Give him a handful of pepper.
And can you ask Doran when we're going to do paints again?
Yes, Doran, Steed wants to know when we're doing paints again. Whoa!
Oh,
I knew it. I knew it. I knew he was asking to do the paint. It wasn't me. Like, I just the way he was standing by it and
He stands right next to the paint,
Yeah.
and then he looks at you with those sad eyes, and then he looks at the paint, and then he looks at you
but his
again.
eyes are always sad, so I wasn't sure. But like, he seemed to like it.
You know donkey is spelled with an O, right?
O's are hard to drop. Bobka, why does this bother you so much?
Nearly a passing curiosity. Babka hates mysteries,
Interesting. Okay.
and he loves convictions. But it seems like we've gotten to the bottom of this. It was simply Doran and nobody else.
Well,
As you're all sitting down, you see the last Benjamin Butterhug, the fourth of four, come to sit down at the table, and this one is covered in pink paint. He looks around at you and says, "Well, seems like some of us had the same ideas."
Benjamin, how do you spell donkey?
D-U-N-C-K-E-E-E.
checks out.
What is that?
Just 1 second, please. Little better, and there we are. Yes, I have been painting the donkey, but so have these two.
He likes to be pretty.
He likes it.
Now I feel left out.
Well, you hear like the scratching of plates as somebody takes a bite. So, we're at the end of week 1. Do we think there's going to be another week, or is it to Dawn's Edge now?
Does her countdown start at the end of this week or at the start of this week?
I believe it started when you had the conversation last week.
Well, the fellows at the dock seem to think the armor will be ready to go tomorrow, and we have the cannons in the hold, not affixed to the ship yet, but well, let's hope we won't need them.
We can try to do it ourselves with the tools they provided while we're en route.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like we're able to take off maybe tomorrow then.
Are we ready?
I mean, the ship should be supplied. Right, Bobka?
Indeed, well supplied.
I did have a chance to cast Hallow on it.
I feel it every time I step on board.
I remember that well.
And the secondary effect that we talked about, it should...
Correct. While most Fey, fiends, and undead are prevented from entering, I should have no issue.
And Aaron.
Yes.
And Aaron, the strange thing is I seem to know the most about this, which makes very little sense.
Oh, sorry. Apart from that, I can add an extra effect. And it's either from the list or something offered by the GM.
Okay.
Also, it's a 60-foot area. Where would I have, like...
We talked about it being like in the conversation pit
Yeah.
kind of zone
That would
of the deck.
cover most of the ship, I would think.
Okay.
Yeah.
That can be a later when it comes up.
I just...
Ooh, that's fun.
Yeah, you can decide.
Cool.
I don't like the list that they have, so...
Okay. All right.
Very good and thorough recap, Bobka.
I'm not saying I want all of you to leave.
Great.
I mean,
Uh-huh.
You're going to miss Dorn taking baths in every bath in this villa? I know. It's something you'll really miss.
Yes, I will miss out on that. Yes. At least the hair doesn't clog the drain, 'cause there's no hair.
Yes. Oh, are you sure that your contract doesn't say hairless one?
Good
Hairless,
stuff.
nameless, yes.
Oh, good stuff. Glad I passed that around. But yeah, I think we're about as prepared as we could be. Having the cannons with gives us options. I prepared my ring with another spell, too, so...
What'd you put in there?
I put in Dominate Person
Nice.
at 6th level.
How do you sing it?
Well, that happened off camera, so we'll just have to find out when I do it.
Bobka, is there anyone here in the villa that we should remain in contact with during our mission?
I was going to ask about Rune. Is he going with you?
Why don't we ask him?
What is happening?
Yeah, I mean, that's totally up to you guys. Rune and Sir Bo could be additions to the crew here as permanent members.
I feel like at one point we were talking about having them possibly fly their own
Yeah, having
ship.
his ship
as
as
like a little
fast exit or whatever
escape
would probably be a benefit.
It would be nice to have him along to do the cannons. I think having Rune with us would be a good idea if he feels comfortable.
Yes, and having his vehicle as a quick getaway could be advantageous.
I did speak with him, and he will join us. He hasn't been feeling well, but yeah, I don't want to exclude him, so we'll just have to keep him safe, and hopefully we don't need him, I guess.
once we get to where we're going, he can, stay a little bit away. If we want to keep him out of the line of fire, in case something happens.
I'd appreciate it. Yeah.
Yeah.
We will have our allies in tow. The question is, are the 5 of us ready?
Ready as I'll ever be.
I guess so. I mean, I feel like it's one city after another. So hopefully we're really good at it this time around. Because this is what? The 4th, 5th place
Yeah.
we've had to try to help.
Well, and I wonder if we should be going in with more of a game plan. I think, Papa, you have a lot that you could be doing here and trying to reach out to your parents and your family. And I think also there might be some stuff that Doran needs to do, but I don't know what that looks like.
Could Corey and I borrow your quill?
Of course. I consistently forget I have it, so yes.
And how long will it take to fly there?
With the Shatterhorn the way it is, it'll probably take you a day or 2.
Yeah, you can feel free to use it and send a note ahead.
Okay. So maybe Corey, wherever you are. Where is he? Did we leave him tied up?
Ever since we tied him up, he keeps returning to that dungeon. I don't know.
Do you think your parent...
Well, you're my family now,
Your
too,
dad
so
is my dad.
he's not a great dad.
Do we think your parents will even welcome us at Dawn's Edge? Will they let us land safely? Are we prepared for conflict the moment we arrive?
I don't know. I mean, even without the Bay contract and the warmongering, they weren't very welcoming to begin with. But if we have Corey, they might welcome him home. I would like to try and be diplomatic first. They are my parents.
There's a lot of people in Dawn's Edge that don't have anything to do with what's going on, and it would probably be good to try and go in and talk first. We know we're capable of the other thing if we gotta be.
Well, if we make contact, then they have time to prepare.
Maybe instead of reaching out to your parents, Corey could reach out to someone that maybe he trusts
Ooh, that's a good
a
idea.
little bit more.
Yeah.
That may not immediately pass along a message.
We can try.
try.
His whole adult life seemed to be tied up in Kenmore machines.
Maybe he knows someone that wasn't as in it as he was.
Lover.
Or someone that he
No.
didn't get along with.
I don't think that's plausible.
A hater, then.
Yeah, more likely.
It's his Dom.
You guys, that's my brother.
I'll go unlock him so he can give us some info.
It's so weird. Why are you doing this?
We're back.
Truth is
We
stranger
got
than
it.
fiction, puppy.
Took me a while to find the key that time.
What did you guys need? I want to get back to...
No.
I want to go back.
Nope. You're coming with us.
Oh. All right. Are we going to,
Don't be so excited.
I assume we're going to Mom and Dad then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I know this is like way out of the realm of possibility, but do you have like a lover?
Oh, lover?
What?
You said to ask.
Yeah, like,
That's
you
not
know,
what I said to ask.
someone that you trust deeply who wouldn't betray you no matter what. Possibly a lover, a best friend, a dominatrix.
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 Wait, is that what it is?
Dom from the Matrix.
And I heard Dommy Mommy once and was like, oh, it must be short for Dominatrix.
Mama-natrix.
Oh, but do you have one?
I don't. He reaches into his pack and pulls out a law book and he says, "This is the closest thing I have to a partner."
I told you.
Wow, that's pretty sad.
No friends.
He grins at it and says, "I trust her with my life."
A law book.
Yeah,
Why? Why law?
I'm a lawyer.
You're a lawyer?
Yeah. And that's why I do all the paperwork stuff for Kenmore's. I mean, for the family business.
I told you this.
Wait, Do you have a lawyer? Because don't lawyers have to keep your secrets?
Kinda.
So if you reached out to a lawyer and told them not to tell anybody, would they?
Well, I mean, it's not often that I need representation, but we've used Famur and Associates before.
Oh, we know him.
I'm just saying that if there's someone that you can reach out to get a feel for what's going on in Don's Edge right now,
Oh,
without giving your parents a heads up that we're coming.
Do you have like a favorite coffee shop barista?
there's somebody I can talk to there. Somebody who was really in it for the love of the craft and wasn't totally on board with everything Mom and Dad were doing.
Okay.
Are we talking about coffee or the lawyer?
Sorry, neither, actually. He works in one of our workshops. He makes a lot of the machines. His name is Forge Master Bump.
Bump?
Bump. That's his name.
Okay. Do you want to contact him?
Yeah, I could. Gonna have to get a good cover story for what happened here. I don't know if news has gotten back or what that looks like.
I mean, it probably has.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good question for this bump.
Discreetly asking if there's any news that you're coming home.
I'm worried about that discreetly part.
Are you not discreet with Forge
No.
Master Bump?
No, I am. I don't know if he's being monitored. I mean, it was well known that he was my friend.
This is not my forte, guy.
I can't say direct subterfuge is my forte either.
Well, subterfuge is something I'm good at, but I'm not good at writing things if we're doing this by letter.
Maybe we're overthinking this.
Yeah.
I'm on the same page. Like, I don't understand why we don't just send a letter to Bump and ask, hey, is everything okay there? Would it be okay for us to show up? And then just show up. I mean, we want to be able to talk to your family anyway, Poppy.
That's true.
I think we just go.
Okay.
Corey, can you tell us about these crystal devices that we've seen on Baxi? Are they popular in Dawn's Edge? Would the people know the heroes of the clouds?
Not as popular. I don't know if everybody would have seen the Heroes of the Clouds before. They might have heard of you. I don't think you'd be quite as famous there as you were here.
So it seems that they might not know we are the ones responsible for heading off their navy at Small Castle.
And it's not well known that we've worked with Libera. So we might be just okay to go in.
If we go in and we don't mention our connection, then it's just me coming home to check in with
I
my
agree.
friends.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think we need to try so hard to do all this, like, conniving and scheming. I think we can just go in.
Yes, our job is difficult enough without all the sneaking around, so I believe this to be the best avenue.
When we get in to talk to Poppy's family, are we just trying to determine how they were influenced to do all of this and then go from there?
Yeah, but I think we need to pretend like we're there on personal business.
I mean, we essentially are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot better than trying to come in guns blazing or long-term subterfuge. I don't know if that's really going to help us in the long run. Mom and Dad are pretty reactive.
Can you pretend like we're on good terms?
You and I?
Yeah.
Are we not?
I don't know. Look at the last 10 years of our life.
Look at the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, I've barely seen you. You've been downstairs.
Okay, well, other things have come up in my life that have me distracted, but yes.
Doran, you only learned of your own station in Dawn's Edge recently, so are you confident there's no one in Dawn's Edge who will recognize you when we arrive?
There were a lot of kids running around the castle. People may notice me, but I don't think anything's gonna come of it.
What about...
Doran, your parents.
We were raised by people, right? Are they still alive?
I'm sure they are, but
They don't know that you're alive.
I don't know what they know. But that's not what we're going there for. We're going there for other reasons. So,
But it could sidetrack the whole thing if they see you and recognize you.
Well, I mean, I'm more worried, like, do you want to see them?
I don't know. Let's just get there and we'll see what comes of it.
All right.
At the conclusion of that, you all see the carpet in the middle of the room here in the villa. You see the carpet start to fold up, and you see Sir Beau kind of pulling his back through the carpet. And you can see inside of Sir Beau is Rune, riding along inside. And they're holding this giant cylinder that's kind of glowing softly from the inside, almost like a bug lantern kind of thing. And there's this combined hydraulic whirring noise along with Rune kind of grunting as they yank it through. And you hear this, oh, wow, God, that thing was heavy. Okay. All right, Sir Beau, we're going to have to kind of back this out the door and get it out to the... He turns around and sees all of you. Oh, hey.
Hi.
Do you require assistance, Rune?
Actually, yeah, I don't want to risk the rotors here. Guy, could you carry this out for us? It's the last piece of the puzzle.
I love a puzzle. That's a lie. But sure.
Yeah, you give me a strength check, just curious.
I can help, too.
Athletics.
I can help.
Let's help.
I'll say it louder.
Yeah.
That's better.
Dirty 20.
All right. Guy, in taking the load off of Sir Beau, you kind of realize how strong Sir Beau really is. He's pretty damn strong. He didn't look to be struggling too much with this. I mean, you could see his gears were stopped up a little bit. But you couldn't handle it by yourself until Sojourn ran up and kind of grabbed the asymmetrically heavy side for you.
Thank you, Sojourn.
Yeah, Rune, what is this?
He gets a big grin and he kind of gestures you all outside.
All right.
Okay.
When you all get outside the villa there, the crisp, cool air of night here as fall is beginning, you see a familiar face. Scaly, rotting face of a dragon sitting outside. You realize you haven't seen the dragon for a couple days. And Rune says, call it a bit of a pet project. He had taken a lot of damage. I mean, the head coming off was one thing, but the hole in the wing, I had a lot to repair, and I think I got there. You see the dragon kind of stand up straight. You notice its head has been reattached, and there's a giant mechanical coupling where his head and neck should meet. You see his left wing is almost entirely mechanical now, with these folding sections that kind of collapse in on each other, these small jets that help him course correct. Still dumb as ever. Rune looks up and says, Leviathan's got a lot of life to give. Decided we owe some of that to Flappy here.
Flappy! I love it!
Incredible, Rune.
You hear this big digital as a dragon roars out into the night sky, entirely synthesized. None of that is real.
Oh, Flappy.
We even got his head to stay back on again. He seems happy. I mean, I don't know if he can really think or process, but he seems happy.
Happy Flappy.
Oh.
Wow, this is amazing. Could you make something smaller scale to keep a head on?
I mean, theoretically, yeah.
I don't seem to have problems with my head coming off anymore, but...
Guy, how do you feel about bolts in your bones?
Sounds painful.
It is. Flappy was down for it, but...
Rain check?
Yeah. Let's do that.
Does your head not come off anymore?
Oh, it comes off.
Oh, okay.
Bob could just pass us out apropos of nothing.
I'm going to try to spin my head on my finger like a basketball.
Ooh, yeah. Give me acrobatics or sleight of hand.
Ooh, 16.
Very nice. Yeah. He gets a good spin going, and he keeps guy keeps reaching up and slapping it to keep the spin going on his head. And he passes it to his other finger.
Still got it.
So yeah, I mean, it is kind of a problem. Flappy can't fit in the rug, that's for damn sure. But he can at least protect the villa and load him, and maybe meet up with you guys somewhere someday.
I think being here seems good. This is his home.
Yes, I'm glad something good came out of all of this.
Me too.
It's just Charizard.
Yeah. The cry in the game.
The original Pokemon, yeah.
Where it's like, it's like, oh, what does a Sandshrew sound like? Cool.
Oh my god.
All right. With that final note of the evening, you all pack it up, head to bed, and are getting ready for the adventure that begins tomorrow. That next morning goes by with very little conversational exchange between all of you. There are some goodbyes between Bobka and Butterhug and some of the other people that are staying back at the villa, including Pickens, of all people, has found himself a permanent station at Bobka's villa. You all go back through the carpet and board the Shatterhorn, now freshly suited up, cleaned and minted.
Yeah, let's do a captain, maybe a ship manifesto or whatever.
We have a list.
Yeah.
Put it on the list. Whatever it
list?
is. The butcher paper behind me it says no stabbing your friends or shipmates.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah. I forgot about those rules that I definitely follow all the time.
Thank you to Walter Makita for doing this fine work on our ship.
Absolutely. With a pleasure. Hope it really served you.
I forgot to bring something to christen the ship. Is there perhaps something on the rolling pin, Poppy?
I have like a quarter of a bottle of olive oil.
Perfect.
Just one really slippy patch.
Where does everyone get all this oil all the time? Like Dornet oil?
Mine's for cooking. I don't know what Doran uses his for.
You're all looking over the freshly remunitioned ship. You've got food for days and like nice stuff too out of Bobka's private reserves. You've got refreshed stocks of lube barrels. You've got weaponry. You've got enough bismite to get you to Dawn's Edge and back a few times. You're well supplied.
This next voyage of the Shatterhorn will be her best yet, I can tell.
We've never been more prepared, that's for sure. I pet one of the barrels.
You look off to the side, and on the grounds of Small Castle here, the crumbling remains, you see Rune boarding his own ship inside of Sir Beau. The last thing he says before he closes the door is, "See you there."
Guy salutes.
And you watch him disappear as a tiny dot on the horizon.
Bon voyage.
Nothing is fast.
So who is all on the ship?
It is going to be the five of you, Coriander, Tick, Kesher, Huber, Mikey, and April.
The turtles are coming with us because they want to go on an adventure.
Well, people got to watch the ship. They've always been with you. They're sources of knowledge, and they have no home.
Their voices are fun to do, probably.
Yeah.
That's true.
They're family.
I worry about Mikey.
Mikey's got
He's got
bismite.
bismite powers, yeah.
You guys look over at Mikey, and he's sitting cross-legged, floating off the ground with white eyes.
Yeah.
Like a meditation pose.
He's the avatar.
Just a kid.
I wish you would just wear a helmet all the time.
Fear not my countenance.
Okay, while we're on the ship, does anyone have any magic items they don't want anymore?
Oh.
You know what? You can have this ripcord belt. Is this a magic item?
Yep.
Ripcord cookies.
Here you go. I'm gonna give it to Pop. I rip it off my waist and my pants fall out. No, I'm just kidding.
I try to hand Poppy Owly, but it's like stuck to my hand.
Oh my god.
If you just pull, you can probably have him.
You're giving him to me finally? No take backsies. I'm gonna lick him 3 times.
Yeah. Allie comes to life aboard the ship.
Ugh, there's hair on that. Hello, Owlie.
Oh. Who?
Guy,
Yes, Poppy.
can you try talking to him with your helmet?
Oh, I don't see why not.
I fully forgot that this is a helmet of telepathy that can work on anybody and doesn't just
Work
work
with
with
the
Steed.
Donkey helm.
That's kind of how I was thinking.
I thought he had speak with animals.
Yeah.
Oops.
Hello, Allie. Come in, Owly.
Could it be true?
Oh,
Does he hear me when we speak so?
yes, I can hear you, Owly. How have you been?
How have I been? Fantastic, phenomenal, indubitably, yes.
Owly's doing good, everybody.
You can talk to him.
Yes, he's a bit of a sing-songy fellow.
What's in his mouth?
Owly, we would like to know what is in your mouth.
Ah, within my mouth I contain a marble, most wonderful.
It's a marble.
Yeah, we can see that.
An orb, most omnipotent.
Oh, it got upgraded to an orb. My interest is piqued. Can you tell me more about the nature of this marble orb?
It gives me all that I am, all that I could be comes from the orb.
He says he is the orb?
Okay.
Tell me, kind sir,
Yes.
what is the sound when it leaves my lips and it pools all around? Can you hear my voice outside of this shell?
I can hear you now.
And what does it sound like?
Melodic. Quite pleasing.
Aha! And what do your friends hear?
Well, I am afraid my friends...
Something melodic and quite pleasing.
It has a certain charm to it, yes.
Oh?
Like that, yeah. It's a little more like that.
Oh?
Is this thing on?
I understand. They cannot hear me. This entire time they could not hear me.
No, I'm sorry. Every time you were out, you were just, we didn't understand you.
Most tragic.
Can you ask him if he can do a different type of candy, like a better one?
Oh, yeah. Do you have any...
So mean, Doran.
Do you have any better candy that you can...
We are limited to pure sugar representation.
Oh, he did not like that question, Doran.
I could see that. Yeah, he looked angry.
Sorry.
Ruffling his feathers and shedding some rock
I
candy.
apologize, Sir Doran.
Hey, no. Guy, can you ask him who his parent is?
Who is your daddy?
My daddy is known only as the one who put the ball in my mouth.
What did he say?
And I have forgot his face. I have forgot his name. I have forgot the smell of my papa. I know only the ball in my mouth.
Owly, I too have forgotten much of my past. I feel as though we are kindred spirits.
From the outside, you all see Owly kind of hop over to Guy and put his like owl forehead against Guy's forehead.
And so it is.
I mean, do you want to find your father?
I care not. My father has abandoned me.
It seems maybe you and Doran have more in common than I thought as well.
Ah, the licking one.
Yes.
How do we help him? Can we?
Does he need help?
Oh, well, his father, you see, was the one who put the wonderful orb in his mouth,
Okay.
and
It gives me life.
it gives him life, and he doesn't remember his father, nor does it sound like he wishes to. As though the orb was some sort of curse.
Is the owl, is he fine? Does he like being alive or frozen?
Is he okay?
Oh, that's a great question. Owly, do you prefer to be animated and singing such as this, or inanimate and asleep?
I count not the moments between my waking days.
He doesn't know when he's,
Okay. So he seems chill.
Does he want anything?
anything we can do for you, Owly?
Yes, one firm request that has never been fulfilled.
Well, I'll see what we can do.
I wish to know myself at once. A mirror.
Oh, I believe there's a mirror in the the bathroom.
Ah, yes. And I will go to the bathroom because I know what that looks like.
Just down the corridor to the left, second door, not the first door.
We see you pointing. Are you Why don't you just take him somewhere?
The bird takes off immediately, and it is very bird-like in trying to get out of this room in the way that birds do when you try to get them out of a room. It starts smashing into like every surface of the room trying to get towards that
Tell him
bathroom.
to stop.
Second door.
God!
You eventually get him in there by closing all the other doors and making that his only option.
Hitting him with a broom.
I hold up a towel.
And once he gets in there, you all hear this. Ooh!
He just wanted to take a peep at himself.
Okay.
Wow.
Yes, I approve.
Everything good in there, Owly?
Indeed it is, though a little hairy, slimy, sickly.
Oh, yes, be sure to wash your wings.
Yes. But I may require a new form. That day may come.
What?
A new form, you say?
Indeed. It must be at least as malleable as sugar.
At least as malleable as sugar. Say, what would happen if that orb in your mouth were to go inside a different mouth?
Ah, then my form would change. My life would be different, and I would be resurrected.
Okay. So a new form could be achieved by putting that orb in another mouth.
But please, no statues. Nothing so stone-like.
No statues. No. Any preferences?
Would his personality take over whatever?
It seems his consciousness is attached to the orb. Yes. Is this correct, Owly?
Yes.
Is candy part of the equation, or is this part of the owl body?
'Twas simply a confection before it was much more.
Okay, I didn't get that.
So
He was
would
candy before he was alive.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, if we see another mouth, you'll be the first to know.
What if I put him in pinch?
Put him in Pinch. Oh, Pinch has been known to have a mouth.
Would he not be able to speak also?
He doesn't really speak now, does he?
Yeah, true.
Would he still be Pinch?
Wait, can you talk to Pinch with your helm?
Here. Try it out.
Yeah.
All right. Come in, Pinch. How you doing, little buddy? Yeah, I hear you. Yeah. It'll be about a day before we... Okay. Yes, he'll be there too, I'm afraid.
Very well. We may live side by side. I can translate for the one who says,
Oh, yes. This seems to be an agreeable arrangement to transfer the orb.
We have one question.
Yes.
Are you okay going into battle?
Oh, Owly, how do you feel about the thrill of combat?
something to truly sing about. I would be honored to follow you in.
Wow. This seems like a slam dunk, Poppy.
All right. Do you want to say goodbye to your owl body?
Yes, but do not throw it away. Flying is quite nice.
We would never.
Yes. I would also like a bumper sticker that says my other body is a candy owl.
And by bumper sticker, you mean a sticker on Punch's butt.
Yeah. On his bumper.
Oh my god, this owl thing is killing me.
Okay. We can put the owl body somewhere up high where Mikey can't get
Sure.
it.
Yeah. When you do, Owly opens his beak wide and a jade sphere, quite intricate, almost looks like a cosmic galaxy looking inside the sphere, falls out of his mouth onto the ground. That's the end of that. The owl statue goes completely rigid. You can tell even at a glance this is no longer a magical thing.
I wish you all could hear his voice. It was quite nice. Here we go. Bottoms up, pinch.
I like shove it into his face.
What is this?
Are you all hearing this?
Are you my mother?
Yes, I'm your mother. Hi.
Aha. His mother, not my mother. Most interesting.
I guess I'm both of your mothers now.
Ooh, we'll talk about it.
Yeah, this is what Owly sounded like.
It's
Huh.
great.
I mean, now that you're not an owl, do you have a name?
Had you not all called me Owly?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Well, yeah.
And that is, you wish to be Owly.
Well, of course. You had named me Owly, perhaps for something about my personality.
I don't
Definitely because of
A
that.
very owly personality, yes.
Yeah.
Perhaps for the silk of my voice.
think- Sure.
Yeah.
What means this Owly?
Well, it's kind of a old expression.
Some names just are their names and they don't mean anything
Right.
at all.
Right, like this is Doran.
What the fuck?
Cried so many laugh tears in the last 5 minutes.
For as colorful and entertaining as that all was, that was only the first 20 minutes of your
our
your
flight.
journey after you took off. Yes. Yeah.
Sorry.
Woo!
That was great. It's going to be a good trip.
I'm gonna eat the ripcord belt.
Okay. Yeah. You all see Poppy.
Transition.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm feeling peckish.
Yeah. Cut to 30 minutes later. Where are
Eating
you
like
in the
a
ship?
spaghetti.
Yeah.
I'm in the
Yeah.
conversation pit.
Conversation pit, middle of the room, sitting on some pillows, and Poppy is just like fruit by the foot, eating this belt, like suck it up, yum.
Ew.
Do I have to roll anything for that?
Nope. You just have to talk about eating the belt.
Oh,
No con save.
Yeah.
well, it's kind of like eating jerky, right?
You all see every time Poppy bites down, there's like this kind of this pink light, almost this dust that kind of like disperses from her mouth. You can also see there's this intense light coming from the bottom of Poppy's throat, like every time she opens her mouth, as she ingests the magic off this belt as she destroys it.
And I don't think I really explained what it does.
You all get a little wigged out as Poppy gets to some of the metal capsules on the belt and just crunches down on them.
Ooh,
You see the capsules like bend in and implode, and she just swallows them whole. She gets to the belt buckle, and you all like reel back as she just bites through a belt buckle.
I don't think I like this.
I also miss Babka's brunch, but this is
Oh,
a lot.
it's a little smoky.
I feel like this is something that should happen in private.
Poppy, you suck down the last little bit of spaghetti string off this thing. And you can now make treats. When thrown on the ground, they will explode into sparkles and dust, or when consumed, after 10 minutes, you will explode into sparkles and dust.
With
Permanently? Do you die?
No, you just,
Oh, okay.
It's like
it
a
just comes out of you.
ninja.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Awesome.
You just toot out some sparkles of dust. And then is it the thing where it causes the same effect basically as the ripcord belt?
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
She can reproduce effects of magic items in treat form.
Cool.
Hell yeah. I'm going to have to figure out how to incorporate that into my list.
All right. Strangely enough, compared to the beginning of that journey, the rest of it is quite uneventful. It's kind of nice to fly through the clouds without having to worry about swarms of blight bulbs or being tailed by another ship or going to a skyline that's plummeting, even though Dawn's Edge might be in that exact scenario. And just like that, after a day and a half of travel, you get the word from Kesher that you're fast approaching as the navigation system upstairs has kind of spun around and is much more reactive now as Dawn's Edge has drawn closer. When you see the city, it immediately reminds you of any other locale out in the clouds, like a prototype of skyward civilization. Dawn's Edge, the city itself, is built into the side of a mountain. A grand, sloping city made of tiered white walls and cobbled stone with banners of blue and bronze. You see low clouds that roll into the city and break like waves against the wall, putting the whole scene into a permanent slow motion. Near the peak of this mountainside, you see the castle keep of Dawn's Edge, tall and regal, capped in bronze. And your ship begins to pull in towards the docks, a flat pavilion not all that far from the edge of the clouds. And Doran, as that ship pulls in, your eyes flit just a second down to this tree, down to this big crack in the pavilion, this crumbled stone where the blast impacted you and Nail. As your ship pulls in for a landing.
All right, everyone. We're here at Dawn's Edge. Remember, we are on a mission of peace. Our job is to protect the people of this city, make sure they're safe, and the way we do that is by getting the Kenmores to either step down from power or leave the city altogether. I know not how we will achieve this, but together, if we all have each other's backs, support each other, I think we can pull this off.
As your ship sets down, you see something all too familiar to your time on Baxi. You see a check-in gate, a long, kind of stretched series of those little turnstile rotator things, and a few attendants by them, although almost all of them are warforged automatons, robots, essentially. The docks themselves are clean and classic, if a little outdated, and there's fewer people than you'd expect in a city so large.
Poppy, are we going off of your name here to get us through the checkpoint?
I think maybe we go off of Corey. He probably has more sway here.
All right.
Very well.
Okay, so I'll just lead us in there, and I'll just lead us in.
Okay, hold on. Pause. Breathe.
Mm-hmm.
You're not lying to them.
Mm-hmm.
We're just here to see my parents again.
I know, I just can't avoid that belly of the beast feeling, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I feel like that every time I have to go home.
All right, well, they're gonna ask for identification.
Am I wanted here?
I don't know. I don't think so. Like you said, I don't think they really know how connected you are to all this.
Okay.
We should be able to get through this part pretty easily. Just answer their questions and we'll be fine.
Do the rest of you have identification?
Absolutely not.
Corey steps up to one of the automatons and it looks down at him and says,
Present identification.
Corey kind of reaches into his pack and shuffles some stuff out. Gets through the line.
Guy, do you have
No.
Doran?
Perhaps Corey could vouch for all of us, seeing as we are visitors to the city.
Are there guest passes?
What? Corey's on the other side of the turnstiles now.
Guest passes.
What do you mean? No, just tell him your name. You're fine.
Oh, we don't have to have papers.
Oh, and not like, I mean, most people don't have actual identification. Just,
Okay, that's
Very
fine.
well.
yeah. Poppy, you step forward.
Present identification.
Poppy Seed Kenmore.
Reason for visiting.
Family?
Place of origin.
Tildry?
You see the turnstile shudder a little bit, and he just kind of like looks down at you, and you see a green light from somewhere, but he doesn't say anything.
Can I go?
Proceed.
Okay.
Poppy, you step through the turnstile. You have to like put your arms up to hit the whole thing.
I could have just walked under it.
Yeah. There's other attendants here, so you guys could spread out and try to get through more efficiently.
Yeah,
here.
sure.
Yeah. You all encounter a similar situation. Guy, as you walk up, you get the exact same treatment.
Present identification.
Guy.
Reason for visiting.
Friends of family.
Place of origin.
Lodum.
The thing just turns green.
Thank you.
Sojourn, same thing.
Present identification.
Hi. You can call me Sojourn.
Reason for visiting.
Social?
Please state your reason for visiting.
Visiting.
Place of origin.
Well, I kind of live near the Fernglade. Or I did. I guess I just came from...
You see the turnstile turn green.
Okay, well, thank you. Have a nice day. I go through.
Aaron, you almost try to like skip through as it turns green for Sojourn and just kind of pass in behind them, but it locks and turns orange again.
Present identification.
Hi, I'm Erin.
Reason for visiting.
To overthrow the rulers here.
Place of origin.
A forest outside of Farewell.
Turns green.
Oh my god. Jesus.
Doran, you kind of like moved off to the side to use a different entrance, just kind of thinning out your group's approach here. And you hear,
Alrighty, papers, please.
Oh, you talking to me?
Yeah, papers, please. Papers.
Sure, I don't have papers, but I can...
Nah, I'm just kidding. They love that one. Okay. But no, for real, can I get your name, place of origin?
It looks just like all the other Warforged here, but this one's markedly different the way it talks to you.
Sorry, back up. Just name first.
Are you an earlier model or a newer one?
Oh, guess you could say earlier. All these bright-eyed little babies here.
Okay, well, they did it better the first time, I think. My name is Doran Driscoll.
Hey, Driscoll. Hey. We know that guy. All right, place of origin.
Don's Edge.
All right, reason for visiting.
Visiting?
Alrighty.
He turns around the clipboard that he was writing on. He says,
You passed, A+.
and he just shows you it, and it's like a doodle of your face.
Okay. Can I keep that for identification in the future?
Really? You wanna keep this?
Yeah.
I'm honored.
He tears it off the clipboard and hands it to you.
Thank you.
Hey, you know what? You should stop by the Shitty Horse later.
That's still open, huh?
Yeah.
Shitty horse.
Okay, well, great. Yeah, we'll be there, depending on how the day goes, I suppose.
For sure. We'll make it through the darkest dawn.
I hope so. And I give him a wink and try to walk through.
Yeah, walk through.
Okay, great.
You can't speak thieves' can't, can you?
No, I can't.
He's tried.
I've tried.
I can't.
No, I can't.
Yeah. Actually, Aaron, why don't you give me a perception check to see if you overheard anything?
What die feels good to me today? The perception. 15.
Very nice. Yeah. You do catch a little bit of thieves' cant here, at least that it happened. You might not know the specific definition here, but you can tell that what this automaton is doing is it's trying to give Doran some kind of a wink. The automaton is checking if Doran is in the know.
Yeah, he's definitely not.
He's not.
I winked back.
Doran. Doran, what did that automaton say to you?
I think it was trying to... I'm not sure. It said something really interesting, though. We'll make it through the darkest dawn.
Does that mean anything to me?
Not to you. Not yet.
Told us a place to go, though. The Shitty Horse. We would sometimes climb under the fence there and get in when we were younger. Didn't last long. But I think we can check that out tonight if things go okay.
Sure.
I mean, not like... just to investigate. Not to do dance and stuff.
Okay. So that automaton was trying to give you a signal. I couldn't quite see it, but I feel like it might be a thread to pull on. I don't know. We'll check it out later.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so, I mean, we can go bar hopping maybe later, I guess. But remember, the point of coming here is to topple the,
Yeah, shh,
regime.
don't say it.
All right, well, anyway, it all starts with Forge Master Bump, and he's in the Market Foundry. That's kind of where Dad set up shop.
In the market?
Yeah, but, I mean, he totally took it over. He turned it into, like, an industrial zone.
Okay. And where would Mom be?
Probably in the Castle Keep. I mean, especially with King Narapriya out. I would think she's trying to...
Be the next king?
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems like her. Okay, so we talked to Bump?
If we can. Yeah, he's a busy guy.
And can we get in there without seeing Dad?
Maybe.
Well, maybe now's the time to send him a message asking where you can meet.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Okay. With the quill?
Yeah, if that's okay.
Yeah, go for it.
Do you want me to do it, or do you want to...
Yeah, go ahead.
Me? Dear Forge Master Bump, this is Poppy Kenmore, Corey's sister.
That'll get his attention.
I come in peace. Why do you guys let me do this? We are here on personal business, but would like to speak to you first Do you want to get lunch somewhere? Question mark. All right, thanks. Bye.
You see, Corey is kind of looking at it with an eyebrow up, and he says, "Well, for starters, Forge Master Bump is an automaton." So,
Yes, we'll eat lunch. Not you.
yeah, that'll fix it.
Yep.
Perfect.
You didn't give
God.
me any context.
No, you're right. I should have wrote that. I don't know. Okay, well, let's just wait for him to respond.
3 hours later.
So, Doran, you grew up here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Look, I'd love to do small talk. I literally can't right now.
Sure.
Could we at least be walking anywhere?
I mean, where do we go?
I don't know. I feel like this is weirder to just stand here.
Okay, well, there's like an alleyway we could, or like a...
Well, why don't we find a place to stay, quote unquote? I mean, I don't know how long we're going to be here.
Is the shitty horse an inn?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if I would feel good about staying somewhere called the Shitty Horse, but
And the scratching post was better?
yeah, it was better.
At least they're upfront about it.
We should at least go sit somewhere, like a bench or...
As all of these folks are talking to each other, Sojourn is going to wander around and try and get a feel of the lay of the land.
Yeah. Give me an investigation for that, actually.
Okay.
Journey's worst stat and her most frequent roll.
Yeah, honestly.
I can give Bardic
Hey.
or help.
I rolled an 18, so 17.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, Sojourn, you let the voices of your friends kind of drown out into the distance as you take a pass around here. And the first thing you notice is quite obvious, is that there are almost no living people around here. You get a little excited, a little hopeful when you see a couple, literally a man and woman walking down the street, and they look hurried. They look like they're trying to get somewhere quickly. Like they don't want to be in this transitional space.
Do I see any trees, animals, like...
Trees, yes. Animals, not so much.
Okay.
Also, looking around, you see this giant plume of smoke, and it's like kind of yellowish, like occasionally mixing with black. Toxic for sure.
Okay. I think that whoever said it's not good to be out in the open like this was right. I wasn't really listening. I think we should go somewhere. If the Shitty Horse is our only lead, we should just go there, because I don't feel right being out in this.
Yeah. Okay.
Lead the way, Doran.
I'm gonna head over to the Shitty Horse then.
Yeah.
I wonder if, like, automatons aren't considered people, so you can't send them mail? I don't know how it works. But he's not responding.
Not yet, anyway. Doran, you lead the party into the Old Town, the kind of first section that this city ever started with. This part of town is the only thing that feels comfortable at all, or familiar to any degree. You're surrounded by humble stone and wood buildings, never taller than 3 stories. You see comfortable cobblestone streets and small lots for gardens with flowers.
Oh, Poppy, can you grab that cobblestone right there? I point to one at the edge.
You want me to pick it up?
Yeah, pick it up.
Okay.
What does it say?
It's a rock.
On the bottom side of it, it says shit.
It says shit. I see
Yeah.
shit.
Grab another one.
Okay.
Fuck.
I can't say that one.
We had so much fun. Okay, we're gonna keep going.
All these years, Doran, and they're still here. The signs of your younger life.
Yeah.
You move past all these very compact and neighborly houses, and then you all pass under a wooden archway that reads Elm District. And you step out into a sizable park, and it's beautiful here, and it's full of life and people. Maybe the occasional automaton, but almost entirely people here. Humans and other races, just living organic creatures. Of course, at the end of this alley, you'll see a big sign with a very goofy-looking depiction of a horse on 2 legs holding 2 pitchers of beer, looking very off balance, called the Shitty Horse. There's a small fence around it that looks like it's been busted down 100,000 times.
Doran walks off to the side. Aaron, could you help?
Sure.
I know it's not how you usually do things, but could we like disguise me at all or something? I don't want anyone to know that it's me or to recognize me. I should have thought of this earlier.
Sojourn, give me another perception check.
Oh, perception? I love a perception check. 17.
Yeah. Sojourn, you notice a group of 9 people walking into the Shitty Horse.
9?
9. Pretty big group.
A lot of people around here and no people in that other area. I don't know what's going on.
I don't really have anything to, like, disguise you, Doran. But maybe Poppy has something?
Oh, I have this fake mustache.
Oh, that's perfect, actually. No one's going to know it's you.
Here you go.
They'll be like, wow, that Doran kid, he could never grow a mustache.
They used to be my disguise for late night secret karaoke.
Doran, when you pick up the mustache, you can tell without a doubt in the world this is made from Steed's tail hair.
Gross.
Hey, where'd Doran go?
I don't know if this is making me less anxious.
Oh my god, John always gets a fake mustache.
Yeah.
Can I like do is it stealth to try to disguise? Deception?
Deception, yeah.
Deception.
Okay. So yeah, I'm just gonna do that, and I'm going to
Can me giving him a mustache help?
What's advantage, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to like slick back my hair, prestidigitation, get it wet.
Yeah.
And yeah, just try to make myself look older almost.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Gotta lose the gambeson.
Oh, you're right. You're so right. I will take off the gambeson too while we're in the alleyway here.
You have
and,
advantage.
Put on a cloak.
okay.
You may borrow my cloak.
Doran's like, but if I'm wearing a
I
cloak,
have-
you can't see the shape of my body.
So 25 for deception.
Amazing, yeah.
Great. Okay. This is good enough.
Doran, as you're walking in, you catch your reflection in the window and you put up your dukes like, who are you? Shortly before you all enter, no need to roll again, Sojourn, you see another 6 people walking in to that bar, the Shitty Horse.
I think there's something happening here.
Just a few moments later, you all walk in as well. When you get in there, it's pretty quiet. You see somebody up at the bar. You see maybe 4 patrons in here, kind of scattered about.
Can I see any people speaking? Thieves can't or anything.
Give me a, we'll do an investigation for that, Aaron.
15?
You don't detect any thieves' cant as you step in here and you kind of tune into each of the conversations that are going on. It seems to be completely surface stuff. These people are here for what they're here for. A drink.
I kind of gather everybody up a little bit. All right. Are we trying to figure out what's going on here, or are we trying to just lay low?
Well, now I'm curious.
What are you alluding to? What do you think is going on?
I saw big groups of people coming in here, and they're nowhere to be seen. I think there's a different place that they're going to, and if that automaton told us to come here, maybe there's a reason.
Can I roll a history to know like of like how this building's laid out? Maybe
Yeah.
there's a room or something.
Take advantage on that, too.
Great. Ooh. 23?
Yep. Doran, it's one of the ways that you got in here when you were a kid. A couple of the buildings around here share a connected basement.
Okay. It's through the basement, Sojourn. Yeah, that automaton was intense. I think you're right. Something's going on. I didn't like that it recognized my name.
Well, I mean, you lived here.
Yeah, a lot of
It
people
doesn't know.
live-
It doesn't know who you are. It just knows that you exist, right?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it smells like a resistance.
What does it taste like, Poppy?
Oh. Ganymede.
I've almost forgotten myself. It's been so long.
I'm sorry.
Well, that's nice. Yes, it's,
Does it taste like resistance?
little bit of friction, yes. But it's mostly good, and it's so wholesome, coming together, a gathering. It's big in my mouth.
Oh, it's big in my mouth.
Clip that. We got it.
And I think we'll end it there.
That cannot be the last word.
Got her.
No, we got to finish, and then we can.
I don't know if I can.
Doran.
Yeah.
All right, everybody.
Pull it back. Pull it back.
Doran, what did that automaton say to you?
We'll make it through the darkest dawn.
Should I try to poke this and see if I can make it happen?
Let's go to the basement.
Well, I don't think we should try to sneak in. I think we should try to get in. And I take a couple steps toward the bar, like, is this a good idea?
Well, Ganymede says it's wholesome.
I'm gonna go for it.
I'll lead the way to the shared basement entrance. Yeah.
I go up to the bar
Yeah.
and do what I'm planning.
Okay. Sorry, I misunderstood what you're doing. Go on.
Yeah, Doran, you kind of get to like the back of the room and like have your hand on the door and just kind of turn around and put your hands in your pockets, like.
I go up to the bar and wait until the barkeep is alone.
Yep.
And then I look at them and I say, we'll make it through the darkest dawn.
It's actually the first time you caught sight of this person. They're kind of hunched over, squatting down, dealing with some bottles on the lower levels. And when they stand up, Sojourn, you're startled to see a furbolg. He says, "Oh, what was that? Oh, dark. Yeah. Oh, of course. It's that door right back there, where that nervous fella's standing."
Sorry, he's with me.
nervous.
He's just a nervous person.
Oh, checks out a lot of those scrawny, pale folk are.
Right? Eddie, yeah. All right. Thanks.
Yeah. Hey,
Our lives are short. We die soon. That's why you'd be nervous too.
Doran, shut up.
Sorry.
That's true. That's true. They die real quick.
I don't want to be forward, but it's serve. Serve.
Sojourn.
Yeah. Sojourn. Wow. Okay. So out of towner.
Right. Yeah, traveling. Like the name implies.
Well, you're right about what you said in the first place. We will.
Sojourn has two hands on the bar and is just like staring slightly down.
We will make it through. And he nods his head to the door again.
Yeah. See you around, Serve.
He looks down the same way.
Sojourn takes like 3 steps back slowly with her arms still kind of up awkwardly and then turns around and like quick walks to the door. All right, guys, let's go downstairs.
So are we not getting drinks or?
Well, let's just go downstairs.
All right.
He was handsome.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You all follow single file into this downstairs room, Coriander kind of bringing up the rear. And it's dark as your eyes adjust in this kind of narrow stone stairway. There's no lights until you actually get downstairs. So you're all kind of tripping over each other in a single file, steep stairwell. And Poppy, to make it all worse, you're starting to get scribbles in your vision as you're going down these stairs. You see words filling in. And it just says, "Yes, I am available for your giant quotes lunchtime. I cannot move far from my working area, so if you come to my designated zone, we can spend this giant quotes lunchtime together."
He responded.
Oh, that's great.
We're getting lunch, but we have to go to him.
You're all talking kind of at full volume as you hit the bottom of the stairs, and you hear a crowd down there, like 50 strong, shushing each other as you all touch down.
He says we have to go to him.
How long until lunch?
Are they all looking at us?
No, they're all
Okay.
kind of talking amongst themselves.
Okay.
He kept putting like quotes around it, so I don't know if he even knows when lunchtime is either.
Perhaps they do not observe the tradition of lunch here in Dawn's Edge.
What a horrible place to live.
Let's find a place to sit down.
Down here is not well suited as a bar establishment. The chairs and tables are all pushed off to the side to make a giant kind of empty space down here. You see in the center of the room, now off duty, an automaton. Doran, vaguely familiar as the person who had let you in. You see stepping into the center of the room.
It's good to see so many faces down here. And we will make it through the darkest dawn. All of us, together.
Yeah. You see some fist pumping, some nodding as people are resounding in agreement here. He says,
For those of you that don't know me yet, my name is Warble. And I'm not like the new models. I promise you that.
and that gets a huge laugh throughout the whole room.
No. I was here long before, all right? I know this city. I'm one of you. I've been here as long as you have. And we're going to make this work. Now, I'm just kind of stalling as I wait for my partner to give the all clear.
And Sojourn, you feel a soft hand on your shoulder and says, excuse me, I just need to...
Sorry, excuse me.
Serve steps into here, says, yes, my partner's right. We will make it through the darkest dawn. I feel like we can trust everyone who's down here. Stay on the straight and narrow. Keep with us. So here it is. In 1 month's time, we begin the revolution. We need time to organize properly. Get everyone together. And that's everyone you know about, even the people you barely trust. The folks on the outer edges, the one who thinks the Kenmores are doing us a favor. Talk to them too, everyone. Was there something?
Is there a tiny person coughing?
Was there a tiny cough out there?
You might have 2 weeks.
Poppy, a circle immediately clears around you.
And why is that? Why might it be 2 weeks? It's a curious thing to say, kind of out of nowhere here.
I don't know. It's just a thought.
Sojourn stands up and puts a hand on Poppy, like as if to protect her from all of these gazes.
Matter of fact, you all just came in today, didn't you? Out of towners?
Yeah, we and I look over to kind of give a face of, should I?
I mean, these are the people we're trying to save.
No use lying to them.
We just got here from Lodom and Small Castle.
The Lodom that just got trashed and reborn?
Yeah, we were present for that.
It wasn't really trash. It was more like we took out the trash, if you know what I mean.
Liberated, I would say, is a better term. And also, we were present when Libera Nimbus kind of took out some of the Kenmore ships around Small Castle and Lodom.
Libera?
We maybe know her a little bit. And also, we may know that there's a plan to come here and
Wipe out the city.
in 2 weeks.
All right. We had a plan.
It sounded like a great plan.
Clearly, the plan's out the window. We need to adapt and react to this.
And I know that you don't really know us, but we're on your side.
No, hold on. That's a damn good point. We don't know any of you.
We're the heroes of the clouds.
She's right. She's right, look.
Somebody from the crowd kind of pushes through, and they're holding a crystal in their hands. Say, I know these guys. I've seen them. I mean, I know these things are kind of stigmatized here, but just look at this. Watch this one little video. You'll understand. You hear that familiar sound of a hologram crystal starting up, projecting something onto the floor here as the 55 of you stare in dead silence down at this illusion of Doran giving a speech in the middle of town and then wincing kind of weird.
I start sweating and my mustache starts falling off. And I put it back up. Can I glance around while this crystal's being played? I'm looking at what people are wearing, and are they wearing colors of the Narapriya family? I'm trying to glean, like, what sort of resistance are they coming from exactly?
Give me an insight, actually.
Okay. 18.
Hell yeah. Looking around this room, you see that nobody is so bold as to wear the blue and bronze of Dawn's Edge and their outerwear, but their underwear. Doran, as people kind of shed their cloaks and their larger clothes, Doran, you start to see a common element between a lot of people, whether it's in their shirt pocket or hanging out of their back pocket or tied around their head as a bandana, the specific blue and bronze of Dawn's Edge, but tucked away, hidden, out of plain sight for the most part.
Okay. The video finishes. Finding the king is that part of the plan.
Seems too far to hope for, to be honest with you.
But it would be welcome.
Of course it would. Restore to order. Pushing the Kenmores down where they ought to be.
How bad are the Kenmores?
The people here see this for what it is. A hostile takeover. They can say that they're here to usher in a new dawn for Dawn's Edge, but that is not the case. They mean to take it over for themselves and their finances.
I mean, is it like outright discrimination, suppression?
They're pushing us out. The city is past the threshold where it is mostly automaton.
I noticed that when we were outside of this area, it seemed like there were no people, just machines. It was lifeless.
And they haven't done anything good or redeemable?
Some technologies are available to us, but too expensive, out of our reach. Anyone who's got sense, he kind of smirks at the room, has left. They've all gone to farewell. What's left of it?
Yeah.
Seems like Libero was right the whole time.
I wouldn't go that far. People call us the heroes of the clouds, but we wouldn't gloat or think that highly of ourselves. We're just people, much like you. But we do have a knack for getting the job done.
Resistance.
I know you just met us. Is there anything you can tell us, even if it's just a rumor, like anything about the king's whereabouts, that's key to being able to restore things?
I can tell you the king wasn't assassinated. We know that much. He just disappeared. There have been plenty of assassination attempts on the king over the years. We all knew about that. It was almost a point of pride how many times that came up. But he just disappeared quietly one night. We didn't even know about it until the next morning. The king went somewhere.
Okay.
And how long after he disappeared did the Kenmores arrive?
Oh no. They had been here
Oh,
for a long time.
okay.
How long?
Months.
Was he working with them?
In some capacity.
We want to help. We know 2 weeks isn't a lot of time, but we want to try and convince the Kenmores to leave. And also, I don't know that this place is safe for anyone to stay in, even if you do succeed.
You see a lot of exchanged glances at that comment. You see some resignation, some acceptance that people know that Dawn's Edge is a foregone conclusion.
Yes, we should warn you that should we fail on our mission to get the Kenmores out of power, Libera intends to attack the city, and she will stop at nothing. She will kill anyone who stands in her way unless they pledge fealty to her.
She intends to wipe Dawn's Edge off of the map.
You see a ripple go through the crowd. You hear somebody near you say, "What are we even defending? What's left?"
2 weeks is a long time yet. What do you need for this resistance? Why a month? What were you missing?
Just trying to give ourselves enough time to talk, to gather, to get the word out, and see what resources we really had left. But 2 weeks.
We had a marginal success in Lodom with little doe messengers. That was pretty quick.
All right, we will start the bidding at Little Doe Messengers, whatever that means.
We also have a fair amount of weaponry.
Bismite?
Kind of.
We don't know exactly if it's in working order, but given 2 weeks, it could probably happen.
Also, I think we used the 25 guns for a 25 gun salute. So
I was thinking the +1 swords and stuff.
the +1 sword.
I think I have 1 rocket left.
Okay.
I don't think we should default to violence. I mean, we know that we can do that if we have to, but I think the priority should be getting people out of here.
That is the priority, but violence here is a necessary measure, at least in one case.
Which one case is that?
There's a man here who threatens far more than Dawn's Edge. He once had a name, but now he is known as Father. He is part man and part machine, and really nothing human about him.
When did this father rise to power?
Mere months ago. He was an inventor before that. His name was Avon Kenmore, but he disappeared and came back different. Nothing like his former self. In fact, part machine, and too powerful for his own good.
And when you say violence is the only way to answer to him, is there something in particular that he's doing?
He's creating soldiers.
Okay, neato.
He's fathering them.
He's creating hundreds of soldiers with the flick of his wrist. He doesn't even have to build them. He commands machinery. He commands molten metal. His magic is... it's something else.
Right.
I make it my mission to destroy Father Kenmore.
I request that honor, actually.
He looks down at you with one big raised eyebrow. But I think on that note, we end it right there. Thank you all so much for listening. I am Tim, your GM.
I'm Hannah playing Aaron.
I'm Tara, and I play Sojourn.
I'm Thomas, and I'm Guy.
I'm John. I play Doran.
I'm Maggie. I play Poppy. And are we human? Or are we machine? Or are we father?
Are we human or are we dancer?
Thank you all so much for listening. Please do share the show with people you love. And we'll see you next time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all
Oh,
come back
boy.
now.
Y'all come back now.